Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button down below. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below. The Oduduwa People's Congress, OPC, has warned against what it perceives as plans by some self-appointed leaders of the North to blackmail President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and prematurely return the presidency to their region. The Yoruba Social-Cultural Group is in a statement on Monday by its General Secretary, Comrade Bomi Fashewu, emphasized that such an anti-Tinubu scheme contradicted and jeopardized the spirit of unity and rotational presidency. The group was responding to recent moves by former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai to rally a coalition to checkmate Tinubu in the 2027 election. Fashion said, and I quote, "Embittered souls, now calling for Ashiwaju's premature ouster, should take note of a rotational principle that the entire country embraced and which has made government inclusive and equitable since 1999. That principle must not be endangered for the selfish interest of political adventurists like Baba Ahmed, and Nasir El-Rufai. OPC's 10 million strong members and sympathizers cannot fold their hands and look the other way when such vituperations threaten Nigerians' collective welfare and peace. In order to check their bitter and self-appointed sectional gladiators in their satanic mission to blackmail President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, OPC is forced to embark on this publicity intervention." The group reminded Tinubu's antagonist of how he aided former President Muhammadu Buhari from the north to win 2 tenures as Nigeria's elected leader for 8 years. OPC said, "No one can obliterate the historical role that Bola Ahmed Tinubu played in returning the presidency to the north in 2015 by working against a sitting president from the south. For the first time in Nigerian history, an opposition party won a presidential election. It was a mission impossible that God used Tinubu to make possible with his stratagem, connections, and resources through the primaries to the general elections in 2015 and in 2019. This facilitated the election and re-election of General Muhammadu Buhari, a northerner, as Nigeria's president. Inevitably, Tinubu mobilized his southwest to vote massively for Buhari in both elections, extolling the president's democratic credentials. The OPC General Secretary said Tinubu remained the only Fourth Republic elected leader to emerge from the trenches. Fashewu wrote, "Like OPC and our founder, the late Dr. Frederick Fashewu, Tinubu played a formidable role in NADECO, the ultimate vehicle for our country's democratic struggle, both at abroad and home. Like Nelson Mandela, Tinubu is the first Nigerian president in the Fourth Republic to emerge from the trenches of a struggle against military rule. None of his Fourth Republic predecessors can boast of that fabulous democratic credential." Although acknowledging that Nigerians today grappled with socio-economic challenges under the current regime, OPC called for patience. It said, "People must remember that Tinubu inherited the current security and economic challenges, and the lingering situation must be weighed against the backdrop of the fact that the regime has been in the saddle for only 2 years. We must be patient." According to OPC, rather than his traducer and antagonist, only the electorate should be allowed to decide Tinubu's fate come 2027. It said, "We bookmark recent statements by self-appointed sectional leaders suggesting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would not win a second term come 2027. Unlike these anti-Tinubu rebels and naysayers who believe that President Tinubu's leadership, vision, and commitment to Nigerians' progress naturally position him as the ideal candidate for the job. The Constitution guarantees President Tinubu 2 terms, Sections 135 and 137. No vested interest, no matter how powerful, will be allowed to rob him of that constitutional right. Let the electorate decide." OPC also told El-Rufai to clarify his statement that Tinubu will be eliminated the same way Former President Goodluck Jonathan was done in 2015. Is he planning season 2 of a Chibok girl's kidnapping? Or will he achieve his satanic objective via importation of more terrorists from Sahelian Africa to further escalate brigadage and killings happening in Plateau, Benue, Southern Kaduna, that he governed for 8 bloody years, and other sections? Is that exactly what Tinubu did? Because when El-Rufai said he was going to eliminate Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027, why did your mind go to kidnapping of Chibok girls and the insecurity issues in the Sahel African region? Was that orchestrated by Tinubu as well? Because you already admitted that Tinubu, removed Goodluck Jonathan after just one term in office. Anyway, let's ponder on that. Let's move on. So as these malcontents saying heavy-armed Fulani terrorists in camp, scattered everywhere in the south, are only waiting for their whistle to make the country ungovernable under Tinubu, the security agencies should be interested in El-Rufai's response. The organization submitted. OPC urged patriotic northerners to disown the self-serving, belligerent and bloodthirsty El-Rufais and Baba Ahmeds within their fold through rewarding Tinubu's past allegiance to the region by voting him again because one good turn deserves another. What are your thoughts? Let's have them in the comment section below. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment is from John Irama, who says, if Fulanis get this power again, Nigeria will be finished. They would make Ruga works to scatter Nigeria every day. Fulanis will never rule Nigeria again. Powers must go to the southeast or north central after Tinubu Jagaban's second tenure. Osman says, nonsense. OPC, is it not the North that votes Tinubu infallible? This tout self. Audu Adejo says, is there any need for election come 2027? Mad people, I think it's unopposed. Yeye fouls. Why warning El-Rufai? He has set his people in every key position to rig their election, he meant. Lastly, from Abdullahi Idris, it says, you cannot warn anybody for expressing divergent views to your shade. That is what democracy stands for. Whoever wants to vote should canvass for it, not bully electorate. Keep your wild philosophy to your union, please. Be educated for once. You all, thank you very much for always listening and watching. This is where I'm going to draw the curtain for now. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.